Welcome back to BNG Hockey, where it's always black and gold. If you were watching my video, you heard that I was working most of today, but of course, like everyone else who's a hockey fan, I was checking my phone periodically. And as the hours went on, the Bruins were doing absolutely nothing, and I was watching all of these bums be moved for first-round picks, second-round picks, top prospects, NHL players, crazy swaps between superstars and interdivision rivals, and the Bruins were just sitting there. And then out of nowhere, boom, here we go. Charlie Coyle traded to the Colorado Avalanche, along with a 2026 fifth-round pick for Casey Mittelstadt, prospect Will Zellers, and a 2025 second-round pick. Let's talk about it. It's a sad day in Weymouth, Massachusetts, as the hometown boy gets flipped to the Colorado Avalanche. For those of you who don't know, Charlie Coyle is a 33-year-old, 6'3" right-shot centerman, originally selected in 2010, 28th overall by the San Jose Sharks. He was traded in another fantastic Don Sweeney trade to the Boston Bruins for Ryan Donato. Looking back at that move, especially looking at this package, we traded Ryan Donato for all of this. That is still to this day a fantastic trade, even though Donato's kind of found his game again with the Chicago Blackhawks, but I digress. This season in 64 games, Charlie Coyle has 15 goals, 7 assists for a total of 22 points, but to be honest with you, I can't remember a single one of those 15 goals, and I feel like I haven't noticed him in a single game all season. Now, we did move him to right wing for most of this year. He is absolutely not a winger. He should 100% only stay at center if you want him to be most effective. He's also best effective if he's your third-line center, and he hasn't been the third-line center here in Boston since we had the super team that got eliminated in the first round. That being said, I do think Charlie Coyle will be a really nice piece for the Colorado Avalanche, who are loading up once again to go on another playoff run. In 931 NHL games, he scored 187 goals, 285 assists for a total of 472 points. He's a solid player who's got 1 year left at $5.25 million. This was one of the players I did want the Bruins to move on from. He's just not putting up the numbers he once did. Wasn't really fitting with the Bruins as much anymore, especially where we were kind of moving him back from center and wing, playing him out of position, and I just feel like he lost his spark. When he first got here, he popped right away. He was so happy to be home, brought some energy, brought some physicality, brought some size, and a little bit of scoring touch. And now he's lost that here with the Bruins, so I'm happy to see him go to a contender. Hopefully it works out for him, but I think this package we got is a huge overpayment by Colorado, so let's talk about what the Bruins are getting in this deal. My loyal BNG Hockey subscribers, if there's one thing I'll never do, it's lie to you. And the other day, I texted my buddy that I had a feeling all the Bruins would do at the trade deadline is get Casey Mittelstadt, and I didn't love that. So I won't pretend to be too excited about this player. However, in this trade, I do think it's a fantastic add, and I do think it's the right deal. He makes just a little bit more than Coyle at $5.75 million, and he's signed for the next 2 seasons at that cap hit, after which he will be a UFA. But he is only 26 years old. He's a 6'1" left-shot centerman, originally selected in the first round of the 2017 draft, 8th overall by the Buffalo Sabres, was later traded in the Bowen Byram deal. I was really surprised at the time that he had that much value. I think Byram is one heck of a player, so that shows you what the Avalanche thought of this player. He did start off well with them, but this season in 63 games, he has 11 goals, 23 assists for a total of 34 points, so kind of a down year for the player. In 420 NHL games, he has 77 goals, 153 assists for a total of 230 points. His best season was back in 2022-23, where in 82 games, he had 15 goals, 44 assists for a total of 59 points. This player can play both center and wing. I do think he might be a little bit better on the wing, so maybe you see him alongside Zacha and Pastrnak, but I don't think they're going to break up that trio with Morgan Geekie quite yet, so I would like to see them try Casey Mittelstadt at center. Maybe you could play him alongside wing with Elias Lindholm. Not sure how well that would fit together, but I would love to see them spark Lindholm. Maybe those guys get some chemistry going. And I definitely want to see Mittelstadt on the power play because our power play has been horrendous this year, and this is one of our most skilled players. Whether you like it or not, Bruins fans, he's one of our better players for the next couple of years until the Bruins add some new pieces. So just that 1-for-1 for Charlie Coyle would probably have been good enough for me. Maybe I would want another draft draft pick thrown in, but we're far from done about talking about this trade. We got another prospect and a second-round pick to get excited about. Don't look now, Bruins fans, but the Bruins have themselves a legit number one bona fide prospect in Will Zellers. He's an 18-year-old left-shot forward who's 5'11". Originally selected in the 2024 NHL Draft in the third round, 76 overall by the Colorado Avalanche. This season with the Green Bay Gamblers, in 40 games, he has 37 goals, 21 assists for a total of 58 points. He's first in goals and second in total points in the USHL and is lighting it up this season. Now, they'll probably never call him up in a rotten Providence, but that's for the future Bruins to worry about, and I think we've changed. We're turning a new page here. We're going with the youth movement, going with skill, going with speed, not worrying about size, and I really like that. Getting a guy who's 5'11" is still pretty good size, and he'll fill out. He's only 18 years old, but I'm looking for speed and skill with the new age Bruins, and they get that here with this player. And that's just a throw into the trade. Like I said, I would have done Mittelstadt for Coyle, probably 1-for-1. We get a second round pick and arguably now our best prospect in the system. We know the Bruins prospect pool is horrendous. So getting this kid who's a legit talent, hopefully he can continue to grow and be one of our greatest prospects and come into the NHL level and light it up someday for us. Next year he's playing at the University of North Dakota, so we're still a little bit away from seeing this player, but it's really exciting to finally have a player in the prospect pool that we can look forward to and a guy who might actually be something instead of the Bruins continuing to waste draft picks on guys they never call up, guys who don't pan out, and guys that aren't exciting. So I'm very happy to see this player added into this trade. What do you think about this player? What do you think about this trade? Leave that down below in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to see the rest of the videos on all this trade deadline madness. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big like.